In this last video about how to utilize the Learning Lab for organizational use, I want to lay out some scenarios as examples about how you might embed this in other uses. So this is when it's really a means to an end. It's not really about purely learning the content. So the first is you may have a leadership development program that involves people getting coached. They probably get a 360. They're probably part of a cohort, learning from each other and engaging. A lot of reflection goes on, but usually also a lot of learning goes on. And so in a leadership development program, you might pull in either some of the specific topics that everybody could benefit from, or customized based on a particular leader's pathways or gaps. So this might be where you leverage things like management systems, culture change, the role of the leader, how to be a sponsor of work, roles that perhaps they didn't have the opportunity to really learn about through their previous opportunities. So scenario number one is take a leadership development program, whether it's a new one or simply an evolving one, and embed this either as standard or as flexible content as they go through their learning and growth. The second scenario you might have is a transformation project, and that could be anything from a massive enterprise systems upgrade to a reorganization to looking at transformation of your product development process. So anything that's large and complex, where you're going to pull a team together. The point of going through content together as a transformation team is not so much to learn new content, but to align everybody on the team about how we are going to think about something. So this is where topics like process design, problem-solving capabilities, problem-solving behaviors, and even, again, how to be a sponsor, what sponsorship looks like, all very relevant in a transformation project. So even if many of the people were selected because they already have those skills, it becomes an alignment activity to go through that content together, talk about how it's going to fit in the transformation project, simply so that the team is more functionally aligned on how they progress through their complex and long timeline work. The third scenario is new employee orientation. Now, these might be very different sets of activities that you would choose compared to the other examples, but again, new employees coming in, you might want to just give them some basics, some foundational things that can set them up as they engage with the organization and learn by doing. So process design, problem-solving capabilities, problem-solving behaviors, these might be things that are really useful to a new employee, whether they're simply an entry-level employee or just new to the organization, just so that there's some grounding in some foundational things going on in the organization as they go forward. And because it's flexible content, this can be done certainly not in the first couple of days, but something in the 90-day onboarding process. So these are just three scenarios. There's many others, but again, when we have a situation where we want to look at how do we get the job done, how do we embed some of our Learning Lab content into other purposes. So hopefully this gives you some more ideas about how that might happen.